afternoon. Once you finish up with the Queens contest, head up to the high school for the Jackson High School Band Festival. Some of those marching bands are going to be performing. They'll be there at the high school, at the Alumni Stadium, performing along with the Marching 110 tomorrow. And so it'll be a lot of fun. So we still got plenty of time. You don't want to miss out on it. And again, appreciate all that you guys have done, and looking forward to another couple great days.
Real quick, just wanted to let you know, so I've got a family that came to town, usually just come to town for Saturday, and they've been here, for the week, and it's, man, and they go to a lot of festivals, and they're like, Apple Festival is it's just another level. So congratulations to your team and everybody involved, because people who go to festivals are like, man, Apple Festival is the place to be.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Even though I'm the one person that is in charge of it, running it, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, it's all about your team.
It's not possible without all the guys behind me.
Yep. Well, thanks for stopping in again this morning, and we'll catch you on the streets over the next couple of days. And like I said, if you see a red shirt, thank them and let them know how much you've enjoyed the festival, and get down here again today. So I'm pretty sure the young folks of Beverly Hills are just going to schedule a massive shave and cream fight for November 1st. So.
Well, it's a great way to start No Shave November.
Yeah. The Philadelphia Sheriff's Office has somehow lost track of 185 guns.
Oh, that's great.
I mean, come on, the Eagles have 2 good weeks and the whole city gets lax. What are you talking about? So. Was spotted in Maine, sparking curiosity. They said the deer was seen at local coffee shops helping customers. So, I mean, I think that'd get this guy and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer TV show already.
It sounds good.
So.
Yeah, so you think you're red nose, try to have a purple fur.
Exactly. Let's see, we mentioned this yesterday. So, let's see. I don't know if anybody knows who Rocky and Bullwinkle are anymore. So.
Yeah, I know.
The woman didn't pick up after her dog, so the moose pressed the charge. So the animal left a message claiming it was just trying to help the woman put some mousse in her hair.
God.
Come on, that was a good one. So, the U.S. government's bringing back its free at-home COVID tests.
Oh, yeah.
Offering 4 per household. So
I heard.
deep trouble, at least 5 meters deep. That is. So.
Oh, they're just in there splashing around.
Yeah, the diving team's punishment it's going to be decided by the board. Oh, come on, it was good.
That was good.
So.
That was good.
And then finally here, a Georgia dentist earned a Guinness World Record title for his collection of 2,037 different toothpaste tubes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say that he had extracted that many teeth and he was keeping them in a collection somewhere.
No, but they say he got the world record by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, I'll bet he did. What do you think What do you think they do when they pull people's teeth?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Offer them back.
You know, the dentist. We talked about of course the mythical creature that comes and picks up teeth. So, what do you think happens with them when they're extracted from the dentist office?
I don't know.
The hard part is that if we're saying what was the going rate for for teeth again for
Yeah.
the tooth fairy?
Yeah, like what was it, like six? Like, I don't know. It was,
Yeah, it was like $6 or $7, something
yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. Yeah.
Of course, when you have a tooth extracted from the dentist, you
It's
got
more
to
like
pay them
$1,000.
Yeah, like $1,000. You pay them.
So, yeah, I don't know, but I think collecting toothpastes, that might get the world record for the world's lamest hobby myself. But hey, we got more coming up on Mix 96 FM. We're just getting things rolling. We're going to celebrate those birthdays in just a little bit too. So if you haven't called those in or texted them to us, 981-4067 is that text line, or you can call the office at 286-3023. More coming up after this. groups. It was kind of about the same time as Boys to Men and several different artists during that time period. Hey, this is your last chance to get those calls in. That Party Hardy Birthday Patrol is coming up right after this. Here's what's on tap this weekend from Bud Light, Up for Whatever, and the radio. Club Benton with Kurt Hayes. Pool tournaments on Sundays at 1 p.m. And make sure you check out their Facebook page for employment and entertainment. This Saturday night, it's the birthday party for Gabby with karaoke. Stockroom 601 at Jackson's open Wednesday through Saturday. Check out Keno at the Stockroom. And don't forget, pool tournaments now happen on Wednesdays. Rowdy's is open for dine-in Thursday through Saturday. Check out their Facebook page for upcoming entertainment schedules. American Legion Post 371 in Wellston will feature Euchre on Sunday at 5 p.m. for members and guests. They're now open on Sundays at 1 p.m. Make sure you stop by during the Apple Festival for their famous baked steak. 6 Cents Brewing Company in Jackson will feature Trivia Night on Wednesdays. Check out their Facebook page for entertainment. And also make sure you check out the Southern Ohio Stallions Musician Facebook page for all their local entertainment dates. That's what's on tap. Have a great weekend from Budweiser. This Bud's for you and the radio.
You like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Belicio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where I am here and blessed to have two awesome dudes in the studio this morning. So this is like double the news.
Okay. Well,
Double.
there's a lot to cover.
Well, we have a lot of Apple Festival stuff, plus, news on top of that.
Got a little bit of that too.
Yeah, the news goes on.
News does not stop once the Apple Festival comes to town.
Yep. One of our big problems.
It would be handy if it did, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It actually generates some sidebar news.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Apple Festival week. People be paying attention. Let's go announce this. Let's go announce that.
Yep.
President comes to town. Governor comes to town.
Yep. All of those things. All of them.
Yeah.
Well, so Jeremiah and Pete are both here this morning, and I know we're going to do some Apple Festival stuff and then get to, some regular news here too. So what is going on, you two?
Okay. Well, we're going to talk about the Apple Festival. Dylan is primed over there with a bunch of photos. I know
Dylan's got his work cut out for him this morning.
Right. We haven't been on the air with the news portion anyway since Monday, and the festival, of course, started on Tuesday.
Sure.
So we do have some ground to cover on what has happened, and then, of course, the big day of the festival lies before us Saturday. So we'll talk some about that. So one of the first main events was the ribbon cutting event. And Jeremiah, he's been one of our main men at the festival for sure. He can probably walk it blindfolded the midway down there.
I would say so.
But we'll let him tell you about the ribbon cutting because, it wasn't really official until they snipped that ribbon.
That's exactly right. And I saw the mayor, Randy Evans, down there right before the ribbon cutting. And I made him, I told him, I said, do not cut the ribbon crooked.
Right.
So I don't know if he did or not.
Right, and earlier that day, before they even cut the ribbon, another kind of unofficial opening of the fair is when the queens and attendants and Mark Carmen, our Grand Marshal, kind of walked the midway just to be seen. And to be honest, they kind of do it for us because we want photo ops.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
of course Jeremiah was there as well. So he could show some of the great pictures that he took and also talk about the ribbon cutting. And
Jeremiah's like, oh no, that was not on my
I don't know where to
stack.
start. No, that's my stack.
Where
do you want me to start, sir?
Why don't you do the stroll, I guess, because
We'll do the stroll
the ribbon
first.
cutting was a little later.
That was later in the
right into
afternoon.
Yeah, let's do chronological order, Jeremiah.
We'll go in order. So, the festival opened at noon on Tuesday.
Yes.
And then, as Pete was saying, later in the day, they always have the ribbon cutting. But in between that, they'll have the apple peeling contest, too. So we can talk about that as well.
Let's do that.
Did Betty Tilly?
Well, you have to wait to find out. So
Did she do it again?
We're gonna talk about the
Las
Apple
Vegas
Festival
was on her side.
Oh.
Yes.
I'll bet.
So each
100-1 odds in her favor.
I'd say so. Yeah, you wouldn't make much money if you bet on Betty Tilly.
So each year, the Apple Festival royalty, they tour the streets of the Jackson Apple Festival on opening day, which this year it fell on Tuesday, September 19th. This year, the 2023 Jackson Apple Festival royalty is made up of Queen Abby Plants, first attendant Kylie Duncan, and second attendant Deanna Houston. I know you guys had them in earlier in the week.
They are so awesome.
It's a great group of girls, and they're joining them. That is your 2022 Little Miss Apple Festival Queen, Jalen Velez. and we walk through and take different shots. We try to change it a little bit from each year, but that wall photo was something that I added last year. It's always a cute photo.
Love it.
We tried to stop at a game. This one, they were just got the balloons put up, and they let us they let the queens throw a few, and I climbed behind the counter there, and I said, "Now don't throw them at me." And
don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah, so they had a little fun with that, and here's just a scene of them walking through the festival, holding hands for me there, and you can see their names on their sashes there. It's always a cute photo. And one of the traditional stops of this tour is always and it's usually the first stop of the tour.
Yeah.
It's the Victory Grange's apple butter tent. They're located in front of the Jackson Memorial Building. And each of the royalty members did take a turn stirring the huge pot of apple butter.
That's
and
awesome.
Some of them didn't quite know what to expect when they got up there, and then they went to do it, and some of them kind of lost it and then had to regain their composure there. And
it's harder
even Mark,
than you think.
It is. And even Mark took a turn up there, too. I don't think I had a picture of Mark, but...
That's so Carmen.
It is. This is, you can see Mark back there photobombing, double peace sign there behind the girls, and they have no clue. So that was just a fun shot. There's a bunch more photos that I've taken that you can see on the telegramnews.com. Is that all the photos that I sent you of the walk?
Yep.
Okay, so that was some of my favorites from there.
Love
there was
that.
some other ones that I took this year. I didn't include it in this, but they are online on the telegramnews.com. One of the girls had mentioned to me about a local photographer that had taken a recent shot down by the spot on Main.
Yes.
With the reflection. I don't know if did you
so
see
cool.
that?
Yes,
Yeah,
so cool.
I didn't send any of those pictures, but each one of them posed by that window, and I was able to get the reflection of the Apple Tower in the window.
It is such a cool picture.
Really neat shot. And I can't take any credit for the pose I did. That was Marley Straw Photography that came up with that.
Very good.
That's because they brought it up. They called up the photo and was showing me, and I said, I'll see what I can do to recreate that. And it turned out really good. They were very pleased with it. Very pleased with it. And in addition to doing the balloon pop, they wanted to go down the super slide. So all of them went down the super slide together.
Brave.
They were, and I warned them that there was puddles of water at the bottom of the super slide, and I think all the girls made it out unscathed except for the little miss. She ended up in the puddle.
No.
So her little behind there got a little wet. So, but that was towards the end of our tour. So after that, we were pretty much done. But it's always a fun thing that us as the media get to do. I always like to say I'm the royalties paparazzi for about an hour.
That's
opening day, and I've done this numerous times. I know Pete Wilson here has done it numerous times over the years.
It's fun to do.
It is.
You know, there's not that many people out on the street yet, and you know, you can really get a taste of what's there.
There's one of the pictures.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So that's one of the photos
is.
I was talking about. That's the little miss there. But it's such a neat shot.
Yeah.
Pete thought that was the Apple Tower there.
That's how
he didn't realize it was a reflection.
Yeah, it's super vivid.
We got real lucky, because it was cloudy.
Yeah.
And it kind of got over the sun when we were down at that point. So the overcast really helped me in getting that reflection.
Sure.
Because when the sun was out, it wasn't as vivid in the reflection with the sun out. So that's a really cool shot. In addition to the super slide and the balloon pop game, they also posed with Mark Carmen on the merry-go-round. And we had that on the front page.
Did you get him on a horse? Please tell me you got him on a horse.
No, he's not on a horse. He said if I get up there, I might fall off or something. He said so. He just stood, back in the back of the photo, and we had that on our front page of Wednesday's edition.
Yes,
that was a real nice photo of all of them together during that tour during the opening. I did talk to the chaperones, who are Rob and Sherilyn Leonard.
Mm-hmm.
And Sherilyn was telling me that the Apple Festival royalty has traveled to about 15 festivals / fairs prior to the Apple Festival this year.
It's a lot.
Because, they were crowned back in April.
Yep.
And she said that they will travel to at least 4 more after the festival. Plus, they'll be in the Jackson Christmas parades.
Yes.
And
There's a couple of Christmas things.
there's a
to
couple
do as
Christmas,
well.
yeah. Well, I said Jackson Christmas parade. They'll be in it, and I'm sure
I
they'll
think there's
probably be.
is there a Portsmouth Christmas parade? I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal.
She just
down
said
there.
Christmas parades, and I had
Yeah.
put Jackson, but I think Wellston has one, and Oak Hill usually has one. I don't know if they hit them all because they're all usually
we'll
the
see.
same day. But they the royalty always enjoy. They told me they enjoy the opportunity to make appearances locally, especially in local parades, and they really enjoy the Jackson Sidewalk Market that has been going on the first Thursdays of the month.
Yeah, those are great.
So that's a little bit about the royalty tour. I think we have some of the apple pilling contest winner photo. We can. Big reveal. There she is.
Did Betty Tilly do it?
There
Heck
she
yes.
did it. She did do it. First place there. I don't. Do you have what her measurements were, Pete, on her pill this year?
Let's see what we
I
have.
heard a rumor that it might have been a personal best, but I don't know if that was the truth or
No,
not.
she's done better than this.
54 1/4 inches
Was what she pilled this year.
on the peel.
So 54 inches is over 4 feet long.
Right.
She did better
4.5
last year.
feet.
Last year, do you have on there last year, Peter?
No, I think you
I
told
think
me maybe 59.
it was 59 or 58 last
No,
year.
it'll be
But there's
5
been
feet.
there's
I'm gonna
been years
wheel.
there's been years that I've been up there and she has pilled it and held it up, and it's been it looked like a shoelace.
Oh,
That's how long it was.
it is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life. I don't know how she does it.
Right.
Yeah, I
And
don't
that-
know what her personal best is, but it's
Yeah,
up there.
That would be great if we knew the personal best. But see, it's kind of double pressure because you just can't take your time. It's time.
'Cause
So
it's time.
It's time.
It's a
3
It's
minutes.
a 3-minute thing. So you need to move along.
Yes.
Because maybe you're a better peeler endurance wise, but you got to show speed too.
Correct.
And obviously,
She's got it all.
you're looking to the side to see how they're doing.
Well,
next to you.
Betty's all focused. I don't know if I sent a picture of her focused or not. I probably didn't, but she's
She
really
has-
into it, and it's got to be a continuous pill, no breaks.
Yeah, like it can't break.
It can't break. It's all got to be one piece.
She has an interesting technique. It's like she does it upside down or something.
To me, it does look like it's kind of upside down. Yeah, but
It works.
It works. I don't
we
know.
can all learn from Betty.
Yeah, I joked about getting up there and doing it this year because I've done it one past year, and I came in like 5th or something one year, and I had a continuous pill. It was decent size, but I didn't do it
hard.
this year. It is, yeah, because they needed a few more contestants, but they ended up just letting the royalty do it at the same time as the contestants this year. Usually they have so many contestants, they do the contestants, and then they have the royalty come up and try their hand at it.
Yeah, it was the difference between Betty and the second place person. We got to mention her because anywhere else she might have been the champion.
Yes.
Barbara West did 39 1/4 inches. I think that's I think that's Barbara in the middle, if I'm not mistaken there.
Right.
And that's Betty, of course, on the left holding up the apple. But Barbara did 39 1/4 inches. And Christina Brown, who was third, did 25 inches. So it's with Betty in this year's race. It was kind of like the 1973 Belmont Stakes.
Yeah.
There was Secretariat, and then there was everybody
and then
else.
there was the rest
So
of the
far back,
pack.
you didn't know where they were.
Exactly.
So Betty, and she's won so many times, she doesn't even know how many.
Yeah.
In that
Yeah,
race.
lost-
I've
we've all
asked
lost
her.
track.
Yeah, I've asked her every year. I'm like, so how many years is this making? She's like, I just come and do it, So that's always a fun thing that they do Tuesday afternoon before they get into the official opening ceremonies there. I think we have a video clip that we can play of the ribbon cutting, and we can watch to see if Randy cut it
Did
straight.
The mayor cut the ribbon straight or not?
Did it? I will say, I walked up to him before he went on stage, and I said, "Sir, that's an awful pretty white shirt you got on there," because he was wearing a real white button-up shirt, and he goes, "It's hard to keep these clean," he said. But we got the video. I think he's got a video clip we can show here, and then we can talk a little bit about who's in the shot there.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I don't know. I don't think he cut it.
Play it again. Play it again.
On that one.
I don't think he got it cut. Did he get it cut?
No!
I don't think the mayor got the ribbon cut there.
Oh, no.
The scissors must have been a little
He must
dull
have-
there.
Yeah, somebody messing with him.
I guess.
Well, at least he didn't cut it crooked.
He didn't cut it off.
Oh, just wait till I see him.
Yeah, I see it there.
What?
2, 3.
And then he just puts his scissors back.
Oh, he's in for it now.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that. I mean, I had watched it, but I didn't.
This is all my fault because if I hadn't brought it up, none of us would have noticed.
That's funny. So in the shot there, during the ribbon cutting, you had 2023 Jackson Apple Festival President Brandon Davis.
Yeah.
You had Jackson Mayor Randy Evans. 2023 Jackson Apple Festival Grand Marshal Mark Carmen. 2022 Little Miss Apple Festival Queen Jalen Velez. 2023 Apple Festival First Attendant Kylie Duncan. 2023 Apple Festival Queen Abby Plants. 2023 Apple Festival Second Attendant Deanna Houston. And you had some representatives from the state who included Bryn Stepp, who is representing Lieutenant Governor John Husted.
Yep.
Bonnie Ward, who represents Governor Mike DeWine. Jordan Leatherman, who represents the Secretary Frank LaRhodes. And then Kelly Johnson, who is the Southeast Ohio District Director for U.S. Senator J.D. Vance.
Okay.
That's a mouthful there.
Wow. Aren't we something down here in Appalachia?
Yeah, so it had a lot of representation there.
People here.
And most of those people from the state level that were representing those people spoke, and some of them had letters and commendations that they presented to the Apple Festival
Perfect.
on their 82nd annual opening of the festival there on the stage.
Very good.
So,
Okay, well, I tell you what, let's transition, Dylan, if we can, to something else that happened Tuesday.
Okay.
Not a lot of fanfare on this, but it's done on Tuesday. Usually the results are announced by the end of Tuesday afternoon. And if you were a participant, you certainly cared. The booth and window decoration contest.
Oh,
Some
how
people,
fun.
some people put so much effort into that, and of course it was an apple butter theme this year. What was the theme, Jeremiah?
apple butter's churning as the fall leaves are turning.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very visual there, and of course, part of participating is following the theme,
Yes.
and so we'll go to the that is one of the windows, and so
Yes,
if Dylan
this
puts
is
them
the
up there.
second place winner.
Right, that is Liberty Lane Quilting, which is right there on
Oh,
Broadway.
wow. That is lovely.
Right, Amanda Waters runs a nice store there if you've never been in there, and she obviously does a great window as well. That's once again on Broadway, Liberty Lane Quilting.
Very good.
And I do have the third place.
Okay, the third place, as you can tell by the big sign with the apple, is Apple City Artisans, an aptly named business for the
Yes.
Apple Festival.
Love
Of course,
that.
Kelly is a proprietor there, and she had a very nice exhibit in there, including a painting or drawing of an apple tree in the background and other items in front there. So that was Apple City Artisans, and it was third place. It is located on Main Street, about across the street from where the Marquee is, if you're wondering where that is and you want to
Correct.
take a closer look at the window.
And we saved the best for last. First place.
Right, and this is really striking.
Wow.
This is the Cole Kirby and Associates law office window there on Main Street, about across
That is
from the courthouse,
awesome.
on the opposite side of the courthouse. And of course, once again, talk about keeping with the fall leaves and the pumpkins and all like that. When you're walking by, if you're in your own zone, you're looking for a certain thing. It's hard still not to notice this
Correct.
window.
They
'Cause
did something really cool last year, too, if I remember.
It seems like every year they have a really neat
I
window
wonder
over
who
there.
their artist
I'm
is.
not
Whoever
sure.
that is
I will say
It jumps right out at you.
there's
Yeah,
a little
it
bit
does.
cut off on that photo there, but on the door, I noticed when I was up there, it looked like there's a fire and a big pot, like they're making apple butter.
Oh, cool.
And you got all the apples spread out there. It's just really neat. It seems like every year they just come to win it, with
Yeah.
with their window display
Very
up there.
good.
Yeah, very nice. And then, of course,
Also awarded at the same time are the booth winners.
Okay.
And Dylan, if you could find those, we'll tell you what they are as you put them up there. But just as they do with the window decorations, there are 3 booths that are awarded, and I think there's more participants there because there are many booths at the Apple Festival.
There's a lot of booths
you don't
at
have
the
to
Apple
decorate windows necessarily if you're downtown, although many do. But the booths, everybody tries to have a nice decoration there and follow the theme as much as possible. But Dylan, it should be with the same group of photos as the window, if that helps you a little bit in locating those pictures.
Sorry, it doesn't look like I can find them, but I'll keep looking.
Okay, well, we'll tell you what they are, and in the meantime, Dylan may be able to find them. The booth decoration, first place, was Southview Elementary. And, a lot of times the teachers are in there, but it is considered a PTO booth. That is the support group of the school's parent-teacher organizations.
Yep.
Southview Elementary was first. Westview Elementary was second place. And you might guess Northview Elementary PTO was third.
I know this because I went there yesterday to buy some drinks, and I saw their plaque there in the thing.
Right. So the 3 elementary schools in Jackson,
how cool,
their PTO groups finished 1, 2, and 3. So congratulations to them.
So here's Northview's float. Were you talking about floats?
No, we're talking about booths.
Sorry,
Right?
but they all happen to be elementary schools too. It confused me a
No,
little.
they got the floats too, but this is the booths, and so. As far as the location, Northview is on the far end of Main Street, about
health department
on the health department side. It's the corner booth.
Yep.
Southview is right in the middle of Main and Broadway on the left-hand side, the courthouse side, the corner booth. And Westview is directly across the intersection on the Lewis Drug side.
Right.
It's the corner booth too.
Yep.
So these are all kind of anchor booths, and they all take seriously the decorations for their float and their booth, and they were the winners this year. And I'm sure if you take a look at all the booths, there were many, I'm sure, that were under consideration because there's some really good ones.
There's great booths.
Such creativity. All right, well, we will move on. If Dylan finds the booth winners, I think we'll have time to show those to you because they are striking. But let's go on to the float winners. Now, Jeremiah took these in our Wednesday school parade, but they were also, of course, in the opening parade. And the way it works, even though we have a parade yet to come, the way the Apple Festival Committee does it, the winners of the float competition is based on combined judging from the school parade and the opening parade. So, established,
okay.
They'll be in the Saturday parade.
Well, here's the deal, because during the school parade, it's the only time you get to see those floats in the daylight. And then you get to see them lit up at night, and it can be completely different.
Right.
So I always love to watch the day parade and the night parade to see how the booths or the floats look differently.
It can be quite different, but the float winners, the number one, and Dylan, if you have got those ready, number one, and Bundy Elementary from Wellston.
Okay.
Wellston, not Jackson. They have finished first place several times. It seems like to me maybe 3 or 4 years in a row.
Yep.
And this is the float from Bundy Elementary in Wellston. That's pre-K through grade 2 in Wellston. And they won first place. So congratulations to
Good job,
Bundy
guys.
Elementary. Whoever, teacher, PTO, mother or whatever, whoever figures up the decorations for Bundy Elementary, you got something going.
Somebody's doing something right there.
Right, exactly. I'm sure the float, Jeremiah, you can confirm this, was probably in the Ohio Hill Country Festival parade too.
It probably was.
They may have made some changes to the Apple Festival.
They may have, yeah.
But I'm sure they were in the hometown, in their hometown parade as well.
I know it was, but I don't remember what it looked like.
Right, they may have made some changes there.
They may have.
If they did, that's
pretty fast turnaround.
That shows a lot of work, right? And they call the first place trophy the Leon Evans Trophy. A lot of people say, "Who's Leon Evans?" He was the very first president of the Apple Festival in 1937.
Really?
And he was one of the wheels to get it going. And in case you don't know the history, we'll throw a little bit of that in right now. there was lots of commercial apple orchards back then.
Yes.
And the idea wasn't to have a street fair to have fun. It was to a business type thing to promote the apples. You know,
Right.
they're out in the county and whatever. Bring them right into town, and hey, this orchard's here, this orchard's there. They had a queen and some other things too to make it fun, but it was strictly to promote the commercial apple orchards
Right.
in Jackson County. I believe Leon Evans worked at a bank and was also with the Chamber of Commerce at that time. So
Very
that was a
cool.
very progressive
That's
thing
neat.
to do back in 1937. And remember, you know what was going on? If you know your history in 1937, things weren't all that great.
No, they were not.
We're in the Depression.
Yeah.
But they still had the Apple Festival, although they didn't have the Apple Festival during World War II.
That's right.
It was a casualty there.
And COVID.
Right.
COVID.
And COVID knocked us out in 2020.
A world war and a global pandemic. That's it.
Right. It takes a
Only-
lot, though,
I was
doesn't
gonna
it?
say that kind of takes a lot to knock out the Apple
Right.
Festival.
The second place booth, the second, third, and fourth were all Jackson Elementary School floats.
Okay.
Second place was Northview Elementary. There's Northview right there, very colorful with the
Yes.
reds there. And it looks like they have the kids dressed in red too, it looks like. That's Northview Elementary. They were second place. Third place was Westview Elementary. Okay. All right. Look.
Westview. Okay, here's my take on the Westview
Boy,
thing.
look at that.
They were the ones. So that's what floats looked like when I was in school.
Mhm.
They were double wagons.
Right.
This was I didn't get I couldn't get the other one in the shop,
You
but there
have
is
not
2 wagons
seen
there.
a double wagon float in the Apple Festival parade since
Yeah.
I can remember. I mean, it's been a
and they were
while.
loaded down with kids.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I thought that was so cool to bring that idea or concept back.
So I
Because
think I don't know if this was the tail end or the front end. I can't remember.
I think
I think
that's
that's the front
part.
end.
Yeah,
But they had another wagon past this, Pete, that was
Yes.
full of
Okay.
kids too.
yeah.
I don't think it was as
so cool.
decorated as what this one was.
Okay. But
It was just like, oh my gosh, that's what our floats used to look like. You know, when we were in grade school.
Very,
So,
very, very
yeah.
nice float. And in fourth place was Southview Elementary. There they are right there. And you see all of them.
They were
ve-
packed in
yeah,
there. It was super cute.
all of them very, very different. You know,
Yep.
Red was the dominant color for one, yellow for another, and black, of course, here. And they dress that way to kind of color coordinate it. And in fifth place was Christian Life Academy, better known as CLA.
Sorry, I'm looking for that.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
if you get it, you pop it up
I think
there.
it was a green colored float.
Yeah, but
green and some
CLA,
silver,
not nearly
maybe.
as many students as the other elementary schools, but they find a way to participate,
Yeah.
you know, in a lot of the community activities. They
And
get
they
their,
have a band now too.
they have
They
a
do.
band. and
headed up by Paul Hogue.
Paul Hogue finds time for that.
Yeah.
You know that he's
Super
a
cool.
scuba diver down at the Newport Aquarium.
No.
I did not know that.
Yes, he is.
Nuh-uh.
He works on the side as a scuba diver down there.
I
I'll
did
have
not
to-
know that.
I
I'll
don't
have
know
to
whether
watch
I don't know
for
whether
you.
he swims with the sharks or not, but he is in the
Oof.
water some down there.
That's
Wow.
so
And he
cool.
helps some of the other bands too.
Yes.
The Jackson band, I know he's helped in the past. He was the band director at Vinton County at one time.
Yep.
And I know in not too distant future he's helped Wilson, maybe still does. I'm not
Yep.
sure, as band directors have come and gone. But I remember the floats in my years, and this was a big conflict for me, Jennifer, in the as a child in the 60s, dare I say.
Uh-huh.
Loved to be on the float, but it was a dilemma for me because when I'm on the float, I'm missing the whole doggone parade.
That is
And
true.
I almost wanted to fake sickness because
Yeah.
I wanted to see the parade.
Yeah.
Pete, I have one question.
Yes.
If you did miss the parade, were you sitting in the crowd with your camera getting ready to take a picture?
As a kid.
At that point, no, I didn't get into it quite that early, but I did get into it before I got out of high school. But anyway, it was also there was floats for almost every grade back then. You know, Kinnison
Yes.
grade 2, Kinnison grade 3.
Yeah, we did.
Right. So, you know, it was the participation was outstanding, but that takes a tremendous commitment
It does, and the parents
to do that float. They work on them behind the scenes through weeks.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And here's the deal too: is it's hard to find somewhere inside to even build these floats because they take up so much room. You have to have somebody with a ginormous garage that would allow you to put them in there, and so that's tough to find.
Right. And we didn't tell you. We told you about the school floats. I was remiss in not saying about another event on Tuesday, the lip sync contest. Do you have any idea
how popular,
how packed that place was?
Well,
not only participants but spectators.
I saw some videos from it, and I was like in complete shock that it was just so busy.
It was
so cool,
crazy.
It seems like it's like that every year that I can remember. It seems like only you go up there Tuesday evening and the stage is just, you think there's like some big act, like Black Hawk Friday coming on the stage, and it's just the local kids getting up there to do the lip sync, and a lot of them I think put a lot of work into preparing for that lip sync contest up there.
Yes, they do.
And our very own Red Thompson Jr. was, I believe, up there, right?
He was up there.
The results.
He sent me a picture on Facebook Messenger so I could see how many people were there watching it.
That is crazy.
It is an extremely popular event, and the Apple Festival, I'm sure, is going to continue it the way they have, because the kids really like to participate. Of course, the parents want to see what's going on, and it's the night before Wednesday when they're out of school anyway.
Yeah, so they're ready to party.
They are. This kind of kicks it off for them. But the winners in the lip sync contest in the ages 3 to 13 division, first place was Tyler Wiggins and Adley Kearns. Second place was Catherine and Madison Suter, and third place was Bailey Horner. In the ages 13 through 16 division, first place was the team of Briley Sturgill, Abby Barnett, and Madden Oliver.
Hey, that's Carmen's grandson.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Another connection there with your Grand Marshal. Kelsey Wilson was second place. And we only have first names, and I'm not sure they're their real names, but the third placers were Bev, May, Bon, and Bon. We got two different versions of names, but that's the latest. We think
I don't
that's
know.
correct.
I wasn't up there. It's got to mean something. I tried to Google it, but I didn't get anything.
We'll have to ask somebody.
Well, when they sign up, I guess maybe they may use their stage name rather than their real name, but that's the name we had, and we're just passing it on.
So I was working the booth Tuesday evening and was closed up as this was. It was well into it. Yeah. And the one that actually won first place, I got to see a little bit of on stage, the Tyler Wiggins and the, Adley Kearns. Adley Kearns. They did Dirty Dancing.
No.
Yes. Yeah. He was like, and they were doing the, come here, lover boy, the whole,
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, it was everybody was getting into it.
That's so cute.
Them up there doing that. So, but,
so we didn't have a picture of that, did we?
I'm not sure whether I sent that to you or not.
Okay. I couldn't find it, but I did manage to find Christian Life Academy off of the stream we did.
Good.
So not the best, but quality of that. But
there you
here
go.
it is.
Yeah, they were. Jeremiah, you're right. There was green on that float.
Yep,
I was thinking it was green and silver. Well, it's got silver in the writing.
Christian
that was close.
Life Academy, right? Just right outside Jackson there on the Chillicothe Pike.
Very cool.
They had a mascot, too, that was walking ahead of the band. That looked like a knight.
Yeah, I saw that.
He had like a sword and a shield.
Yeah.
So it's pretty neat.
Okay.
So then we get into, I think you had some results for Wednesday too, didn't you, Pete?
Well, Wednesday, we had the floats.
Right.
The other one for Wednesday, it was the last event of the day, was the Apple Festival Got Talent contest.
Oh, okay.
And
a little bit different than the lip sync.
But equally as
a lot of singing, but it didn't have to be. I believe one of the winners played an instrument. Or along with maybe singing. I wasn't there. Red Thompson does the red eye stuff late at night because that's when he is.
Because he's a night person, not a morning person.
He is a night person, right? Not a morning person, not a. And
Total Media.
Total Media was represented. They were the judges.
There you go.
We're holding them out now. So if somebody didn't like the results, they know who to check with.
They know who to blame.
But from the left there, of course, is Matt McKee, the famous Matt McKee of Matt and the Morning Crew.
Yeah.
Then you have Brian, the Vance Man Vance,
Yep.
who has a long history with the radio and still helps us out. And there on the end is, of course, Rodney Porterhouse Tomlin.
I gotta pick on Vance Man when I see him next time. I was listening to some of their broadcasts yesterday evening when I got home, and he kept calling it the Jackson County Apple Festival.
Oh, well,
and I was gonna pick on him a little bit about that.
That's hard. That's like not calling the Coal Festival or
the Coal
Ohilco
Festival. Yeah,
it's like you just slip some.
they were up there live for the wing eating contest, and Porterhouse and Matt was in it, and Matt came in second this year. He lost his crown in the wing eating contest. Yeah. To another gentleman from Hawaii or somewhere, one of the islands or something.
How funny.
I'm pretty sure. I was listening to it because they were live down at the stage broadcasting it, and Vance Man was giving the play-by-play on how many bones these people had and everything over the radio. It was very interesting to listen to.
Okay.
So, but anyhow, back to the talent. We got off on a tangent here.
We showed you the judges, and now hopefully, if Dylan can see it there, we'll and throw it up there for everybody to see. Here are the winners. Isaac Young on the left was first place. Jeff Atkins was second place. He's in the middle. And young Veda Rasp was third place. And Dylan, every now and then he gets out and helps us on the newspaper side. He covered the karaoke contest up at Wellston. Someone was telling me, was it Isaac Young?
Isaac Young. He must be very talented because he won that one too.
Okay, wow. Isaac Young won the karaoke contest.
So I assume he sings then, right?
Yeah.
At the Ohio Hill Country. I think
he's from Kingston.
Kingston, right?
Oh.
So he cleaned up at the Hilco and then cleaned up here too.
Nice.
They were doing a $1,000 award at the Hilco.
Next time we might see him on that network show.
That's right.
Right? What's that called?
America's Got Talent, maybe.
America's Got
American
Talent,
One
American
of those.
Idol, The Voice.
Okay.
I will say one of the popular that she didn't win, but a fan favorite is always Jerry Baisden.
Yeah.
She performed this year, did some singing, and Red has a video on the Telegram News.
I saw that somewhere, yeah.
And it's got thousands of views. Like last I looked, there was 14,000. I'm sure it's more than that now.
Wow.
I'd have to check, but that's people always enjoy seeing Jerry. One of my favorite performances by Jerry is several years ago. I don't know if it was the talent or the lip sync, but she did Michael Jackson and like had the hat and was wearing the outfit. And she just did a great job with it.
Awesome.
Okay, and then of course yesterday, Thursday, I guess the big attraction in the evening, they usually have a tribute artist or a throwback on Thursday, you could call it, I guess, golden oldies or whatever. We've had Beatles imitators there. We've had the Eagles imitators there. It was the Wet Bandits.
Yes.
I don't think they imitate anybody in particular, but I understand they do a lot of 90s music.
90s party cover band.
Right. Now, see, I'm a child of the 70s. I didn't even know there was music in the 90s. I'm not picking on
There
them.
was.
Was there music in the 90s?
Yes, there was.
Okay.
That'd be more my generation.
Okay, and the Wet Bandits played a lot of 90s music. Alex Shope, our editorial assistant, does an excellent job for us, was there. And we'll have some photo coverage of that. And I have to tell you that in Saturday's paper, which we still a work in progress, I know that we're going to have it 4 pages worth of pictures and coverage of the Jackson Apple Festival, as well as, a front page wrap-up type thing. And of course, tonight is one of the big events of the Apple Festival. That is the featured music entertainment. They always do that on Friday. It's usually a Nashville/country music artist, and it is, again, Black Hawk.
Yes.
Now, Red
Thompson
Jr., who, if he died and went to heaven, it would be through Nashville.
Yes.
Told me, and there is Black Hawk right there, that they were big in the 90s.
Big time.
Had some hits there. I guess I was told, can't verify this, I didn't go online to verify it, that they're going on tour, and this is stop number 1 for them on their autumn/winter tour, maybe, in Jackson, Ohio tonight. That concert starts at 9 o'clock, and Gary Everett, who has done a lot of singing around here. He's from Jackson. He will be the lead-in performer.
Nice.
I believe he will start at 7:30.
They had a ton of hits. If you're like Black Hawk, that sounds kind of familiar. they're going to start singing, and you're going to be like, oh.
You remember that song.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I know that one too.
So Black Hawk doesn't sound familiar to me, but Wet Bandits sounded familiar. And I was trying to figure that out, so I searched up Wet Bandits.
Home Alone,
Alone.
Dylan.
Yeah, but this is the actual Wet Bandits. But I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, they do. It's their name is a play on that, know, from the Home Alone. Alex was talking about that this morning.
Yeah,
and he said that they played a number of covers, and it just like they went from one like 90s hit to another 90s hit to another,
awesome. Love it.
I heard he mention something about, like they did All Stars, and then the next thing, man, I feel like a woman, and just kind of all over the place,
Yep,
so.
Jeremiah or Pete, if either you have the answer to this, Nate Miller was asking, what song did Jerry sing this week?
I'm not sure.
I didn't know the song.
I didn't know the song either. I tell him if he gets on the Telegram News, he can watch the video.
He can watch it.
It currently has 19,000 views, so that's how popular Jerry is.
Right. If there was a People's Choice, Jerry might have won that.
Jerry might have won
contest. But Black Hawk, we're just not talking them up because they're here. This is a matter of record, pun intended. They have sold over 7 million records in their career.
They're awesome.
Million. They were one of the very top Nashville bands in the 90s. Yep. They just don't do their old stuff.
I had the CDs.
Okay. They're doing new music still today. Some of their hits are, if these you remember any of these, Jennifer, Goodbye Says It All.
Yep.
Every Once in a While.
Yep.
She's Almost a Memory Now.
Yep.
Goodbye, as I said, Goodbye Says It All was their first release, and it charted number 11.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the other big names in the 90s. So, Black Hawk, that's one word with a capital H in the middle, should put on a great show tonight.
It's going to be awesome.
And remember, if you're not used to coming to the Apple Festival, you're a Black Hawk fan, or you're coming from out of town for the first time, it's free concert. You can't beat the price, but it is festival seating. And what that means is you better bring your own.
That's exactly right.
Bring your chair with you.
And they start at 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. They usually, it's a good hour.
I'd get there early.
Yeah.
If you want to have a decent seat.
Right.
Get there early.
Right. And, and you don't need to pack any lunch. Numerous food options with a couple of blocks of walking.
That's what I was, Dylan and I were talking
dinner,
about
and
that.
dessert, all available.
It's so convenient when you're downtown, during the day or whatever. You're like, I'm hungry. Oh, I can just walk out the door and grab something to eat and come right back. This is great.
Right. And one thing that's impressive about the Apple Festival, there are two stages. There's the main stage, which sometimes they call the Jaffe stage this year.
Yep.
And then there's the other stage, the General Mills stage, which is just down the street a little bit from Jackson Transportation, the old Call Auto, right by West Banco, the West Banco office. And there has been almost continuous live entertainment at those stages. There'll obviously be a lot tomorrow.
Oh.
I think Mothman will be performing from the General Mills stage tonight.
Yep, that's
so they'll
tonight
even have
at 8.
music going.
Wait, hold on. Mothman's coming to the Apple
up and
Festival?
down the street. I think it's a singing group.
Mothman the
I
band.
presume. I don't think it's Mothman.
Not the Mothman.
I
think
the group is from.
The group's good. If the actual Mothman showed up, I'd say we'd have a frenzy on our hands.
Yeah, I think the group is from down that way, and I think that's why they take the name.
Yeah. Right,
Mothman.
and we could go down the list. And Jeremiah, I think, is going to preview Saturday a little bit. But another local band we want to, give a salute to, because they're always here every year and they're popular, is the Red Brush Band.
Absolutely.
They'll be playing at 5:30 from the main stage tomorrow, but we'll get to Saturday here in I think we're going to get to it right
we
now.
can go ahead and run through the schedule for Saturday.
Go ahead and
everybody.
talk about Saturday.
Just tomorrow, Saturday, September 23rd. This will be your last and final chance. I think we have a picture. Throw that apple butter picture up there, Dylan. Let's see it. Last chance to get apple butter from the Victory Grange. I went down this morning on my way to work. I drove by. They had a couple leftover jars, so I got me a pint.
Okay.
I remembered to get me a pint this year.
Yeah.
So I did get it.
Don't forget.
They'll start, they're cooking now, and it cooks all day long, and it'll be ready, late afternoon, early evening. Price this year, $5 for a pint, $9 for a quart. And, Saturday will be your last day to get a jar of that.
And you will stand in line.
You will
Yes,
see
you
lines
will.
down there.
Especially
People
as
Get
the
it
day
today.
goes on.
I'm telling you.
Exactly.
Get it
So
this
that's
morning,
that's
right
always
now.
a fun thing. But bright and early tomorrow
Yes.
at 7 a.m., the 5K Apple Run registration.
Kiwanis.
Yeah, Kiwanis
5K.
Club.
Same thing Carmen was then talking about yesterday.
Right. That'll be the sign up for that's at the General Mills stage. And I know our very own Pete Wilson will be down there. Won't you, Saturday morning?
Yes, I'm going to be covering it, but they asked me to announce it. So
You're going to hear Pete's voice down there bright and early tomorrow morning.
Pete.
yeah, and that's after a Friday night football game on the road. So I don't know what kind of shape I'll be on. I may be in the same shirt. Don't say anything.
I was going to
Dude, I
he may
completely
just not go to
understand.
bed.
Not for very long.
So that 5K run will start at 8 o'clock is when they'll step off. And then following that at 9 a.m. at the main stage will be the Pretty Baby Contest. And then at 10 a.m. will be the annual Apple Festival volleyball tournament that's held at Jackson High School. I think that's
Okay.
something they do every year, it seems like, as long as I can remember. Rides will open early on Saturday, 11 o'clock, for all those parents out there if you want to bring your kids up. I know if you didn't get a pre-sale ride pass for $10, you can still get ride passes up there, but it's going to cost you a little more.
Yeah.
I know when I looked earlier in the week, it was $25. But I've heard people say that it may increase on Saturday. So I don't know
I've
if that's
heard that too.
true or not. I guess when you get up there, when you find a ticket booth, you'll see whether or not it goes up any.
I have a little suggestion. Like I've talked to a couple of parents that are like, I may have an extra ride pass. So throw that out on Facebook
you may
or
throw
something.
that out on Facebook. I've seen some people do that this morning.
Yeah, just like throw it out. Be like, hey, I need a ride pass for my kid, or I have an extra one, and everybody work together and figure this stuff out.
Right.
Yeah.
And the all the booths and exhibits will also open at 11 a.m. there when the rides do. And I'll be up there at 11 a.m. Saturday morning for the Little Miss Apple Festival Top 10
So
finalist
cute.
contest. This will they'll compete for the second time. Last time they competed was back in April.
Yep.
So they've had a little time to work on their being in a pageant and everything. So this will be the final part of that. And then after that contest finishes, they will have the Hog Wild presentation by the Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau there on the main stage. And we'll find out, because they narrowed it down to a top 15, and we'll find out who I think it's usually 4 winners that they do. There's like a...
Will Pig Wilson be the winner?
Yeah, Will Pig Wilson be a winner. So there's the top hog. There's, I think, a Facebook like that they do.
Yep.
I think there's a most original and most creative, I do believe, are the 4 awards that they pass out. So
Pig Wilson.
Pig Wilson will hopefully bring home.
There's still time.
Still time to vote.
To vote, donate.
And all that money goes to a good cause.
Yes,
They
goes to
use
the
it
Farm
for
Bureau
the
kids.
Farm Bureau. They do it for scholarships
Yep.
and everything like that. And then at 12:15, after the presentation for the Hog Wild, they will crown your new 2023 Little Miss Apple Festival Queen there on the main stage. And at 12:30 p.m., down at the General Mills stage, Hard Cider Hillbillies. I'm guessing that's some type of musical
I'm
group.
thinking that's a singing group,
A
but I
singing
don't
group.
know for sure.
Yeah, they'll be performing.
Check it out.
Check it out, as Red would say.
Yep.
Then at Jackson High School Alumni Stadium will be the Jackson High School Band Festival. And
Big
did we ever
deal.
get how many bands are going to be in that, Pete? Do you know?
12 high school bands, including the bands from Jackson, Oak Hill, and Vinton County. I think for sure are there. And then one of the big attractions this year to make it extra special is the Ohio University 110.
Yes.
Band. They'll
so
be in
cool.
the parade later. Most
Yep.
of those bands will, take a break after the festival band show up at Alumni, and then they will be in the big parade on Saturday night. But that is an outstanding band show that they have at Alumni. Of course, that's a great venue for it, and it makes they're a big part of the football games, but they are the show in these band shows.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
I think each of them will perform 2 or 3 numbers, and it's an outstanding show, and it is a fundraiser for the band as well.
you got
You
it.
can get tickets online, I think, through this evening for $7, and then I think they're $8. All tickets are $8 at the gate. But it's a great deal, great show.
And then at 1 p.m. in front of the Jaffe stage there, it will be the I assume this is the rollerblade contest, and Roller Roo will be there. That is being sponsored by our local skate ring here. That's Cavaliers Roller Ring, which I saw recently on Facebook. They did some improvements over there at the skating ring. I think they redid the floor and repainted the building, and looks really nice.
Yep.
At 2:30 p.m., James Murray and the Parts Supply will be at the General Mills stage. At 3 p.m. will be Mandatory Fun, presented by the 338th United States Army Band. That'll be on the Jaffe stage. I'm sure that'll be interesting to see.
It's mandatory fun.
Mandatory fun.
The Queens were very eager about that. You have to have fun.
Gotta have fun.
There is mandatory fun expected at the Apple Festival.
Right.
Yes.
And then speaking of the Queens, at 5 p.m. will be the OFEA Queens Reception. They hold that at the Christ Church of Jackson. All the royalty gather in there, and they usually have a nice meal and, fellowship and everything. And then at 5 p.m. will be the 30 OT6.
30-06.
30-06. Okay. I assume that's some type of band. Have you heard of that band? Nope. Me neither. So they'll be on General Mills stage. Have you heard that one, Pete, or no?
That's a new one for me,
It's a new one. Okay. And then, as you mentioned before, the Red Brush Band. We know that one at 5:30 p.m. on the Jaffe stage. 7:15 p.m. will be the Dynamic Mention Drum Corps from Circleville, I believe. That's where they come down from. Always entertaining. You can hear them coming before you see them, and they definitely clear a path, making their way to the stage to perform.
Yep.
And then at 7:45 p.m. will be the big highlight for Saturday, and that is the grand finale parade. It says with over 175 units that participated in that, and they like to say that it's the Ohio's largest lit parade.
Yeah.
So, and then at 9:45 they'll have the announcement of the parade winners, and then at 10 o'clock the announcement of the raffle winners and auctions, and then the rides, booth, and exhibits all close at 10, and then the festival will officially close at 11 o'clock.
And then
so that is your
magically disappear.
And it will
from
magically
downtown.
disappear overnight. You come back up through usually Sunday morning, and it's just a dream.
It's
just
nothing but a
faint
street
memory.
sweeper.
Yep, sweeping up. So
yeah,
that's a rundown.
There is so much trash left too. I remember being a little kid walking through and just like, wow, it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just insane.
Yeah. Saturday. You're talking about Saturday night after everything's done.
The garbage crews and all of that have all their work cut out for them. On Sunday.
I have a sad. So one night I was up there and I lost a camera battery, which is expensive. It was like $40 for a camera battery.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I lost it till I got home. And then by the time I got back up there, everything was said and done, and they'd already swept the streets, and it was gone.
Oh no!
Gone. It was very sad. Very sad.
My cousin used to lose her money every year when we were little kids. She would go up there first day, she'd leave and be like, "It's all gone. I don't know what happened to it." Now, in retrospect, maybe she just spent it all.
I was gonna say maybe she just spent it.
It's easy.
She said she lost it.
It's easy to do up there.
Yes, it is.
Easy to do. Any final words, Pete?
Well, no.
We're getting close.
We'll do just a little bit of non-festival stuff.
Very good, sir.
Yeah.
So you understand why the festival dominated this section of the news. A lot has happened. A lot is yet to happen.
Yep.
Et
yeah, exactly.
And I tell you what, you go back a long way. I go back even longer. Could there have been a better weather week than what we've had?
Remember,
and it's got to stay good, I guess.
Yeah,
so
it's
no rain.
I cannot remember more perfect Apple Festival weather than this. Like this has been absolutely like you couldn't order any better.
Absolutely not, and that is so important to the success of the festivals and the fairs. No matter how much you plan and organize and work to make it as good as you can. So. All the people on the Apple Festival Committee, the so-called red shirts, deserve that. Be sure to not take it all for granted and thank them for the work they do, just like, the Ahuka Society does in Wellston, just like the Oak Hill Festival of Flags Committee does in Oak Hill, and just like, the Turkey Festival people, who we work with a little bit more this year than in the past, do in MacArthur.
Yep.
And the county fair folks fall in that category too.
You got it.
All right. Another thing this weekend that we don't want to let get lost in the shuffle, and there is certainly an interest group for this. It is the Gamonfa, the 148th annual Gamonfa of Central and Southeast Ohio. That is usually held in this area, sometimes in Oak Hill. But this
Can
is
you say that on the air?
Gamonfa.
What kind of word is that?
I'm trained. It's Welsh.
Okay.
Welsh.
Oh,
It's
I
Welsh.
thought maybe you sneezed or something.
Well, no, it's the Gamonfa. And we had to have that on the radio news, so I hope that I put a pronunciation key for him. So
I think Matt did okay.
It's probably easier than sesquicentennial, so.
Sesquicentennial. That's a long one, too. But anyway, the Gamonfa is kind of like it's religious a little bit, but it's also a lot of music. It's celebratory.
Cool.
But the bottom line is, it just underscores the Welsh heritage.
Gotcha.
And we've got that here. In case you didn't
a little
know.
bit of it, yes.
Especially in the Jackson and Oak Hill areas and into Gallia County. But this year's Gamonfa is noteworthy, especially, they do this every year. They have not been able to do it since 2019 because of COVID. So after a 3-year hiatus,
cool.
The organizers have really worked with us to help get the word out on this. They are going to do it. You don't have to have a ticket to attend. It's all free. It will be at the Tin Roast Church, which is a little rural church in Gallia County, not too far from the Jackson County line.
Okay.
You can go online for directions there, but it's not very far. And Dan Rothabotham, I may have butchered that name. He is the new director of the Mad Dog Center.
He was here this week.
Okay, he will of course play a big role.
Yep.
In the ceremony. The Grand Chorale, newly reformed at the University of Rio Grande, will do some music as well. There will also be a Welsh tea that will be served at the end, which is unlike an American tea, by the way.
Correct.
He talked about it. I really want to try that.
I had him break that down.
Am I right, Raoul Botham?
That I did you sneeze again?
Yes, I did.
No, I'm going to go with your pronunciation. Yes.
But anyway, that's Welsh too. He is from Welsh.
He is definitely from Wales.
He is definitely qualified to be,
yes,
the new Mad Dog Center director.
Did you say when that is, Pete? I think you covered it all, but I don't know if you said
Sunday.
I don't think you said the date, did you?
I didn't. I said it. Don't get
lost
you said
this weekend.
It is Sunday.
Yes.
So see, you can still go to the festival on Saturday.
That's
and then
right.
Sing Welsh on Sunday. It is 1 p.m. Sunday at the Tin Roast Church in Gallia County.
Okay.
If I had been there before, I would tell you exactly how to get there, but it's not very far, and you can check out the directions there. Okay, we have some other news that we're going to skip over because I've got to tell you about Friday Night Football.
Yes,
sure.
Absolutely.
Friday Night Football, we're having it tonight. And all 4 local teams will be in action. And I'm going to talk about Oak Hill first because they're having youth night down there at Oak Hill, Davis Stadium. They're playing the Waverly Tigers. But here's the big deal. All the kids that are in the Oak Hill Recreation Program are going to be recognized. And the Recreation Program, our broadcaster down there, Corey Ruby, has been one of the leaders in getting that kicked back up. That's very important, not only to give the kids recreation, but it's also, let's face it, a feeder program for, the middle school and the high school. Kids get involved in football, volleyball, soccer, or whatever. And then, they want to play when they get in high school. And, they get better because they learn how to play, at the recreation level. So they're going to recognize that program and those kids. But in connection with the Oak Hill Sesquicentennial and the Welsh Heritage, the Oak Hill football players will be wearing special Welsh jerseys tonight.
Really?
With the red dragons and everything.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be a red and green Welsh theme.
I can't wait to see those.
Yeah, it's not going to be the black and white, the normal black and white for the
Wow.
They moved this up. This was supposed to be done at the last game in October, so they've moved it up a month.
Right,
Okay.
and the Oak Hill Chamber of Commerce was an enabler of this. I don't know whether, I know they promoted it. They made it happen. I'm not sure whether they paid for the jerseys or not.
They paid half.
They paid
the
half.
chamber did.
Okay.
And then other sources helped fund the rest of
That
it.
is so neat.
Because, whenever, you see these pro teams wear special jerseys because of a date or a promotion or whatever, it's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
So, anyway, that's going to be a very special night at Oak Hill tonight. That game, by the way, will be on WCGO 97.7 FM. Kickoff at 7 p.m. Broadcast time 10, 15 minutes before, and Corey Ruby and Michael Evans will be broadcasting that game. Also, the Wellston Golden Rockets are home tonight, like Oak Hill. They will be playing River Valley, and Coach Chris Graham has done a great job with the Rockets. Remember, they didn't win a single game last year.
That's right.
They have
was
won 2
unfortunate.
games already this year, and River Valley is winless coming into this game, so Wellston hopefully may win another game tonight. Don't want to jinx them, but, they certainly got that
Love
chance.
that.
The Jackson Ironmen will be on the road at Washington Courthouse tonight to play the Blue Lions. This is a big game. It's the first game for Jackson in the Frontier Athletic Conference. Jackson is the defending champion. They're 4-1 overall. They have been improving each week, had a big win over Hamilton Ross at home last Friday. But Washington Courthouse, some people think, is Jackson's biggest threat to not win the FAC this year. So this will be a big game. They're always good, and they might even be a little better, and it's on their turf.
Oof.
So that game at Washington Courthouse tonight, Dan and Pete will be there, 7 o'clock kickoff time. Broadcast time a little earlier, 6:35, we have the Coach Andy Hall show as part of our pregame coverage. The Vinton County Vikings, Coach T.J. Carper, riding high, 4-1 overall, 2-0 in the TVC Ohio division. They will be on the road tonight, but they don't have to go far. The fans won't have to go far up the road to Albany Alexander. This is another TVC Ohio game. Right now, Vinton County has won 4 games in a row after losing their opener by 1 point. They've won 4 in a row, including the last 2 in the conference. And so right now they are, of course, tied for first place. And a lot of folks think that the championship game will come down to when the Vikings, I think in week 9, play the Nelsonville York Buckeyes, who are the defending champs and who are also right now undefeated in the Ohio division.
Very good.
And that game will be on WYRO 98.7 FM, kickoff time, 7 p.m. And of course, Bob Grillo and Jeff Thacker, who've been around almost as long as Dan, and Pete, will be doing the broadcast. And over at Wellston, Chris O'Boyle will be doing the broadcast there.
Okay.
And you can hear that on 2 stations, actually, 105.3 FM or YPC 1330 Fox Sports. And of course, you can catch it all on our Total Media app. You don't even have to have.
That's the cool thing.
You can get on that iPad. You can get on your phone and still hear. I know that on our Jackson game, we have had over 100 people hear the game on the app.
And if you miss it, you can always watch it back on the Main Street TV podcast, which will be posted Monday.
Okay. See, there's all kinds
Thanks,
of
Dylan.
ways to catch this football action, even if you can't be there.
That's right.
All right.
Can't miss
So there was some other news, Jennifer, but it's going to have to wait till Monday.
You're going to have to wait till Monday.
It's the way it is.
Yes, it is. Make sure you get out to the Apple Festival this weekend. Enjoy all the great sights, sounds. See some people you probably haven't seen in quite a while. That's always a good time, and love that part of it.
2 aspects, because I know some people like the Apple Festival better than others. It is disruptive in that it changes, your whole life for a week if you're involved or you're in the sphere. But the 2 things that it does that are great, and I think this is unarguable, is it's like a big reunion. You see people that you haven't seen for a long time.
Yes.
They come home to see their family, and you see them too. And they're all uptown there together. You don't have to go look for them. And then the other thing, which is you can't say how much it means, is the money it brings into this town.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of support groups up there, and the people buying the apple cider, buying the veals, buying the mushrooms and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people from out of town, and so they are helping to fund the good things that the local support groups do.
And support
and
those
the
local
money
booths.
is going back and forth, and it's circulating.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about.
Exactly. See
All
you
right.
there.
Well, thanks, guys, for spending your morning with us. I know you both are super duper busy, and get out if you are thinking about it. Don't forget the Kiwanis Club 10th annual Apple 5K run walk tomorrow morning. Sign up is at 7 a.m. And the race starts at 8. So you can just go
Yeah,
downtown to the stage.
I know from the
sign up.
past you can sign up in advance, but you can also do same
Yes.
day. You know, if you haven't thought about it or you just have now are hearing about it and say, yeah, that'd be cool to
Correct.
do.
And you can go to tristateracer.com if you just at home and want to sign up online. It's super easy.
Right, and it really helps the Kiwanis with their community
Yes.
projects. As you know, we've just referred to one of the benefits of the Apple Festival.
There you go. All right. Well, have a great weekend, everyone. Get out, enjoy the festival, and we'll see you right back here on Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.